Explore exactly what it takes to become a successful day trader and learn the power of consistency from the minds of the trading elites. This is the Beyond the PDT podcast. And here are your hosts, Bryce Toohey and Jordan O'Gwyn.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Beyond the PDT podcast. For those of you who might not remember me, or maybe you're new here, my name is Bryce Toohey, and if you checked our Twitter, you saw that I said we've got some big announcements, and I have a new co-host, and this is him right here. Introduce yourself real quick. What's your name?
My name is Jordan O'Gwyn, and I'm honored to be here.
Sweet, man. All right, so if you didn't catch the Twitter update, Matt Monaco is too busy crushing it in the market. He had his first $100,000 month in November, and he works a full-time job on top of that. Needless to say, Beyond the PDT was not in the front of his brain, and that is understandable. So I'm bringing in one of my best trading friends, Jordan O'Gwyn, and I think, again, this is going to be a super exciting time for us to help you. And, we get a bunch of help from this too, though. A lot of the people that we meet on this podcast, especially people that Matt and I met, have been instrumental to our success in trading. And so, without further ado, I kind of want to get us into the main changes we're making to Beyond the PDT, and a quick little intro for those of you who don't remember me or want an update of where I'm at, my intro, and then we're gonna go right into Jordan's too, so you guys can get to know him a little better. So one of the biggest changes that, as you can see, we're making right now is you see this on video. We're going to be bringing video into this because I think it's always good, and Jordan, I think you'd agree with me, it's always good to have a face to the name or face to the voice, whatever you want to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's always fun. And so that's going to be one of the big changes that I already mentioned on Twitter. But Jordan, do you want to give a quick rundown of the formatting of the episodes? Because that has also changed. If you remember, last time we were back here, it was just interview only, right? We were just interviewing every week. And we are changing that now. So Jordan, you want to kind of give a little rundown on that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So what you're going to see from the episodes now they'll be more tailored towards new traders and how you can improve. And we're going to be doing more than just interviews with people. We're going to be talking about maybe the best or worst trades we took throughout the week, sector momentum, what's looking hot, where the highest odds might be. It's meant to be more tailored towards helping people improve their trading and actually teaching lessons that we learned throughout the week that can help us versus just learning about a trader's journey and what he did start to finish. It's more of a live.
Or she. There can be female traders too.
Absolutely. It's more of a day-to-day, how the markets are changing and what you can do to adapt type of thing.
Right. Yeah. And so to that, of course, we're still going to be having the regular guest interviews, but we're going to break it into a bi-weekly kind of thing to start it off to see how it works. So every other week we'll have a guest come on that we interview, basically like how we used to do it. And then every other week, rotating, Jordan and I are going to do like essentially a video recap or / video journal of our trading week, top lessons we learned. And like Jordan said, market conditions, just things that are constantly changing in the market, because remember, we're still going through a lot of, Jordan and I still are traders that face challenges every day in the market, and we learn a lot every day, but we are now both consistent, profitable traders. And so I think one of the biggest things, and maybe you can attest to this too, but the biggest change is that mindset, is like knowing how to learn from your mistakes. And so hopefully if we can help, instill that in your guys' minds, it'll help you get there as well. So do you have anything else to say, Jordan, before we switch over and kind of get introducing ourselves?
No questions right now, but I'm really happy to be here, and let's take a look at what you've been up to.
Absolutely. So guys, let's see. When did Matt and I stop doing the Beyond the PDT? I want to say it was summer. No, it was like fall or into winter of 2019. Yeah, 2019. It was about a year ago. Thank you. And Matt and I were just both so busy with school, with our work, with trading. It was too much to handle at the time. And back then, I was still unprofitable. Matt was just kind of building into profitability though, which is cool. And remember, I lived with him; he was my roommate, so it was really nice to be able to kind of see what he was doing to get there, even though I was still very frustrated trying to find myself. But eventually,
I'm Bryce now.
No. Jordan is a very good trader. I trade with Jordan every day. Jordan is light years ahead of where I was back when we stopped the Beyond the PDT podcast the first time. I can promise you that.
Give me a
If
break.
you told me like, all right, you're gonna be slapping 5,000 shares of this dollar stock, dude, I would have cried back in December of 2019. Like, oh, my margin's gone.
I remember your $20 or $10 risk feels just like it was yesterday. Now you're just murdering it every day, consistent.
Dude, thank you. That brings me to my next point, as to when I kind of started finding profitability was it was actually May of 2020, and that was a little bit after the hot market had started. You know, I'd seen it really heating up February, March, and April, but for some reason something just wasn't clicking in my head. And I remember the day that I changed my approach was May 15th, 2020. It was a Friday. I'd come back from a long walk. It was like a 3-hour walk, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? And like Jordan said, I actually dropped my risk down. I think I was risking like $50 or $75 a trade when I was losing money, and I dropped it down, and I risked $2 a trade for the rest of the month. And I was like, I'm just gonna use a cash account and build consistency.
But your numbers were great. Funny thing about May 15th, that's actually when I quit my job to
Really?
training full time. May 15th.
No way.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. This was meant to be. We didn't even know each other back then.
Just a match made in heaven.
It was a match made in heaven. And now we're co-hosts. Like, May 15th really did us wonders.
Yep.
And yeah, no. So then after that, I think I made $80 in May, and I was super stoked. And then by June, I upped my risk to $20 a trade and made $1,000. July, bumped up to $25 and made $4,000. And from there, I've increased my risk to a little over $100. And as of today, the day we're recording this, which is a day before it gets put out, I officially just crossed the $50,000 profit mark, which is a super amazing and almost surreal feeling. I had my biggest day ever today, a little over $5,000.
That's just a great fashion to do it in.
Yeah, I guess so. That's why we waited to record it until now instead of this weekend like we were planning on it. No, yeah, and so that's where I've been. And if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, this is my handle @2etrade. Be sure to follow me on there. Jordan, we're gonna drop Jordan's in after he introduces himself here in a second. Yeah, right here. And yeah, anyway, so that's where I've been at, and I'm really excited to now introduce my co-host Jordan officially, so he can give you a little rundown of what he's doing.
Alrighty, so in 2019, I was in my junior year of college and just didn't really know where that was going. So my roommate, his older brother, was just apparently killing it trading penny stocks. He was just making like $3,000 a day, $4,000 a day, like it was nothing. And so I was like, I want to do that. So I dropped out of college and I went and asked my roommate's older brother if he could teach me. And he said, yeah. And I had like $2,000 to start with. So I thought I could make, I thought I could just jump in and make a living trading OTCs, but I started in mid-February of 2019. That was kind of the tail end of a really hot market, so it was tough. And, just kind of tried to learn for about 6 months there, maybe longer. I stopped trading in November of 2019 because I had to get a full-time job and make some more money to trade with.
Now, I'm going to pause you right there really quick before we get too far. Tell us who that older brother was, because we actually had him on back when Matt and I actually met him through the Beyond the PDT podcast. Tell us who that was.
It was Dominic Master Mateo, Michael G. Scott.
Yes. So guys, I will link that. This will appear. This will appear on the screen right here. That episode with Dom. Just because I had to plug back one of the old episodes in there. Keep going though. Keep going. It was all just a relevant thought in my head.
Yeah, but yeah, before I continue, props to him because I'm very stubborn, very hard to teach, but he was patient and I think he did a good job. So I started trading again May of this year. COVID happened and job situation just wasn't working out. So I was like, all right, I think I have enough money. Let's try trading again. So I started with a $3,000 account and focused way less on OTCs because listed stocks were just really, really hot this year, obviously. So I was fully committed to trading listed stocks. And as of right now, I've turned the $3,000 account into roughly $19,000.
Yes, sir. And honestly, so, and actually we'll get into that in a different episode when I was going to talk about our strategy maybe, but that's not an introduction thing. We'll do that in one of our trading journal videos or weekly recaps. So yeah, I mean, guys, that's Jordan. Jordan, do you have anything else you want to add, or is that everything? We're going to leave them a little bit suspenseful, both of our stories. We've got a lot to talk about, but we don't need to get it all out in the introduction to everyone.
That's it for now.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, so now you have a little update on where I've been, and you know a little bit more about my co-host, Jordan. And we're really excited. I hope you're excited too, Jordan.
Oh, I'm pumped.
We're really excited to be getting content back out to you guys on a weekly basis. And like I said, it helps us. It helps you. This is really a great opportunity for everyone here. So be sure to stay updated. Wednesdays will be our normal release date for every episode, unless otherwise mentioned. We'll put out updates on Twitter. If you don't follow us on Twitter, follow Beyond the PDT. And one last update, quick. Right now, we don't have the website up and running, and we're still working on getting our stuff back on podcast platforms, but this will be available on YouTube. These video episodes will be, and we'll be moving everything else back into its old normal thing where we're updating them to SoundCloud, Spotify, et cetera, et cetera. So anyways, we've got this on YouTube for now, and we'll keep you updated on Twitter with anything else. So thank you so much for tuning into our first episode, bringing back Beyond the PDT. Super stoked to be here, guys. We'll catch you next Wednesday.